This Sunday evening, live from Tampa, Florida, we're gonna have history be made, and the landscape of NXT is going to be completely shifted as we're going to be having NXT Battleground. And in today's video, we're going to be breaking down Battleground, and I will give you my predictions for the 2025 NXT Battleground. Good afternoon, everybody. How is all my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing the 2025 NXT Battleground Prediction Show, as we've got 6 matches on the card for this evening. We have 4 title defenses, including 3 NXT title defenses, and for the first time in NXT or WWE history, the TNA World Championship will be on the line at Battleground. What's your predictions for NXT Battleground? You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post whatever you want to say down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Also, today's video is sponsored by W Energy Drinks. Are you looking for a new energy drink that won't give you the jitters? Then go check out W Energy Drinks today at www.w.gg, or go search W Energy Drinks in your Google search bar, and you will run into a multitude of different flavors for W Energy Drinks, and you can get pineapple splash, Calio cream, peach and beach, and so much more. And if you like to buy in bulk, they have the Founders Pick Bundle, 4 tubs in the 5 tub bundle. And each tub makes 90, yes, 90 energy drinks, so you definitely don't have to be running out anytime soon. And if you're looking for a new shaker or a new bottle, they've got a multitude of different designs, including mini character solos. They got a Joker bottle, and they even got a Black Wolverine bottle as well, so definitely go check them out. And they also got shirts and hoodies, if you're looking for some merch as well. And if you don't like to make the drink, they have 12-ounce, 12-count cans in mango, orange cream, and strawberry banana. So go check out W Energy Drinks. And when you do get to checkout, make sure you use promo code Nikki D Russis, 12 characters, no spaces, all caps, NICKYDRUSSAS, for 10%, yes, 10% off your entire order. So go check out W Energy Drinks today. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. With that being said, I hope everybody continues to have an amazing day, and without further ado, let's get to in the first match we have for NXT Battleground. We have a 6-man tag team match, as we got Hank Walker, Tank Ledger, and Josh Briggs taking on the Culling, which is represented by Brooks Jensen, Nico Vance, and Sean Spears. And this whole rivalry started out when Yoichi Ikamura announced that he would be heading back to Japan on the May 6th edition of NXT, which ended his partnership with Josh Briggs, as they were a tag team after months of dissent between the two. Then the following weeks, Josh Briggs reflected on how guilty he felt, stating how he pushed away Iamura. But then he was confronted by Hank and Tank, the tag team champions in NXT. But then when the three of them were talking about it, the culling came in. In particular, the leader Sean Spears was saying Briggs has a pattern in his behavior of pushing people away, including Brooks Jensen, who was his former tag team partner and ironically now a member of Sean Spears' culling. And this led to a match between the two where Sean Spears ended up defeating Josh Briggs after interference. And then after the match, Briggs ended up attacking Sean Spears, but he was attacked by the culling before Hank and Tank came to the ring and came out and saved the day. And then later that night, it was announced at Battleground, Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs will take on the culling in a six-man tag team match. So here we are at Battleground, and I really feel like this will be a back and forth affair. My dream scenario is to see Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen start this match. Considering the history that these two men have, I think it would be a great back and forth affair. There'd be no feeling out process. There'd be a ton of reversals because these two men know each other so well. And then I would have the culling really take control of this match and cut the ring in half, giving a 3-on-1 advantage to the culling. And then after about 5 to 7 minutes, I would have Josh Briggs eventually get the tag to either Hank or Tank, who would come in and run absolutely wild on the culling. And I feel like it would be a lot of back and forth from there. I feel like if Sean Spears were to get into this match, I feel like he'd be able to slow down Hank and Tank and make it more of a ground and pound process of wrestling. And then I think Josh Briggs will have the wind about him enough to be able to get back into this match. I think Josh Briggs will run wild on this match, and I think he'll end up hitting his finisher on Brooks Jensen. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, Nikki's pick, Hank Walker, Tank Ledger, Josh Briggs, all defeat the culling at Battleground. In the second match we have for NXT Battleground is our first title defense, and it'll be for the NXT Women's North American Championship, as we have the champion Sol Ruka defending against the challenger and the former Women's North American Champion Kalani Jordan. And honestly, I can't wait for this one. But this storyline started at NXT Stand and Deliver when the Women's North American Championship was on the line in a 6-woman ladder match to determine the new champion as the championship became vacant. And Sol Ruka was, with the assist from Zarya, was able to climb the ladder and become the next Women's North American Champion. And on the April 29th edition of NXT, Kalani Jordan started to mock Sol Ruka and Zarya, stating that when she was champion, she defended the title every opportunity that she was given. And Sol Ruka was about to agree to defend her title, but Zarya ended up interrupting, stating that Jordan would have to go through Zarya to get to Sol Ruka. And then a match took place between Kalani Jordan and Zarya, where Zarya won the match. But on the next episode, Kalani challenged Zarya for a rematch, stating that if she was able to beat Zarya, she would be able to get her hands on Sol Ruka for the Women's North American Championship at Battleground. Sol Ruka agreed, and in that match, Kalani Jordan was able to get the dub over Zarya, making this match official at Battleground. And honestly, I think this is going to be a great match. I think Sol Ruka is going to be in control for a lot of this match, being the larger competitor. And I think Kalani Jordan's going to have to fight from underneath in order to get an advantage at certain points of this match. And Kalani Jordan, a lot of people didn't think that she was going to be able to win the Women's North American Championship the first time. And she was able to prove the doubters wrong. So Kalani Jordan, you can never really count her out. Definitely a great, high-flying, resilient competitor that can really go to toe-to-toe with the best of them, in my opinion. Sol Ruka is so tall, long arms, long legs, very athletic for her size. And the only reason why I didn't pick Sol Ruka at Stand and Deliver is because she won the Speed Championship a few days beforehand. So I kind of figured that they wouldn't have her win 2 belts in the same week. I was proven wrong. And honestly, I don't see Sol Ruka losing the belt because I think if Sol Ruka loses the belt, you're definitely throwing away a potential storyline between Sol Ruka and Zarya at some point down the line over this title. I do think Kalani Jordan would be a great women's North American champion in her second reign if she were to win. Don't get me wrong. There'd be a line all the way out Full Sail University looking for a shot at Kalani Jordan in the Women's North American Championship. So I definitely think that if Kalani Jordan was to able to win this championship, it would really elevate the title. But there's just too much story right now going on with Sol Ruka. So at the end of the day, I think Sol Ruka is able to hit her finisher, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, and still the Women's North American Champion, Sol Ruka. In the third match we have for NXT Battleground will be a singles match, as the Donna NXT Tony D'Angelo will be taking on Channing Stacks Lorenzo. And what a storyline this has been developing into over the last few months. It all started with Dark State starting a rivalry with the D'Angelo family. We had the parking lot brawl on April 8th, NXT, and then at Stand and Deliver, we had a 6-man tag between Dark State and the D'Angelo family, where Channing Stacks Lorenzo low blowed Tony D'Angelo and pulled the shock of the year by betraying the D'Angelo family. And D'Angelo ended up confronting Lorenzo about it, and it did not go well. Over the following weeks, Crucifino disappeared, while Ariano Rizzo went into hiding in a safe house. Even on the April 29th edition of NXT, D'Angelo stated that Lorenzo's impulsivity put the group in danger, and at this point, he vowed to stand up for the family and get revenge. Then we had Channing Stacks Lorenzo via satellite, and he stated that Tony D'Angelo has grown soft and was no longer capable of being the leader of the D'Angelo family. And then Tony D'Angelo competed against Wesley, where Lorenzo turned up via satellite from outside Rizzo's safe house, distracting D'Angelo long enough to cost him the match. Then later that night, D'Angelo arrived at the safe house only to be ambushed by Channing Stacks Lorenzo, who stated he would end D'Angelo at Battleground. So here we are at Battleground. Tony D'Angelo versus Channing Stacks Lorenzo, and what a storyline we have leading into Battleground between these two, and honestly, I absolutely love it. I expect Channing Stacks Lorenzo to come out of the box as aggressive as possible and just absolutely maul Tony D'Angelo for the first minute or two of this match. I'm expecting Channing Stacks Lorenzo to attempt to put this match away quickly, and Tony D'Angelo, I believe, is going to have the stamina to not allow that to happen. I definitely think this is going to be a very physical match, a very violent match. Channing Stacks Lorenzo has vowed to end Tony D'Angelo, and as we've seen, Tony D'Angelo is a very passionate man. Tony D'Angelo is a very violent man, a very angry man when he has to be. So I definitely think that this is going to be an absolute classic. I think that this has the potential to go 15-20 minutes, and honestly, I would make this. I would put a stipulation on this match last second. Maybe a falls count anywhere match. Maybe a no disqualification match. And really let these two absolutely go up on each other. I do think Channing Stacks Lorenzo is going to take Tony D'Angelo to his limit. But I think Channing Stacks Lorenzo was the underboss for a reason. I think Tony D'Angelo was the Don for a reason. And I think at Battleground, we're going to see that reason come to the light. I think Tony D'Angelo is able to hit his finisher 1, 2, 3, and your winner, Tony D'Angelo. And our fourth match we have for NXT Battleground for the first time ever for the TNA World Championship. We have the champion Joe Hendry taking on Trick Williams, and for the first time in my channel's history, for this storyline, we're gonna have to go over to TNA at points to fill all y'all in on what's going on between Joe Hendry and Trick Williams. But it all started on the April 22nd edition of NXT, where Joe Hendry interrupted the NXT champion Oba Femi and Trick Williams trying to stake claim to Oba Femi's title. Williams definitely took exception to Hendry's comments and mocked him after Joe Hendry lost to Randy Orton at WrestleMania 41. Joe Hendry stated, well, at least I was at WrestleMania 41, and ended up calling out Trick Williams for his whiny comments as of late, and he stated that he was first in line for the title while telling Joe Hendry that he doesn't belong in NXT, and Joe Hendry was quick to fire back before getting eye to eye with Oba Femi. Trick Williams tried to intervene, but was completely dispatched by the two champions, and 5 days later at TNA Rebellion, Trick Williams ambushed Joe Hendry after Joe Hendry successfully defended his title to close the show. Then on NXT, Hendry appeared and called out Trick Williams, but instead was attacked by Dark State. Trick Williams would eventually appear, disregarding Joe Hendry as a viable star and a threat. 2 days later on Impact, Hendry again called out Trick, but was met with a satellite feed who said he was preparing for a battle royal on NXT to determine Oba Femi's next challenger. In the main event, Trick Williams attacked Joe Hendry during his six-man tag team match, costing Henry's team the match, with Trick Williams laying out Joe Hendry. It was subsequently announced that Hendry and Elijah, who Henry had formed an alliance with, would face Williams in a tag team match 2 days before Battleground at TNA Under Siege, marking Williams' TNA in-ring debut. But on the next episode of NXT, Williams once again interfered in Henry's six-man tag against the Dark state. Later that night, Henry intervened in the battle royal, allowing Elijah to eliminate Williams. And then NXT General Manager Ava announced after speaking with Santino Morello, who's the TNA Director of Authority, Henry would defend his title at Battleground against Trick Williams, marking the first time ever the TNA World Championship was defended in a WWE ring. So here we are. I believe in Joe Hendry. Whoop that Trick Williams. Something's got to give it Battleground. And honestly, I think this is going to be a very back and forth affair. I think that Trick Williams will get his trick shot in. But I think it's only going to lead to a 1-2 kick out. The NXT Universe has made it clear that they are going to believe in Joe Hendry. So I definitely think that's going to help Joe Hendry in this match as it goes on. I think Joe Hendry is able to hit his finisher 1, 2, 3. Why? Because it's simple. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry, and still the TNA World Champion, Joe Hendry. And our fifth match we have for NXT Battleground will be for the NXT Women's Championship, as we have the champion Stephanie Valkyr taking on the challenger Jordynne Grace. And this all started at Stand and Deliver, where Stephanie Valkyr defended the NXT Women's Championship in a fatal four-way match that involved Jordynne Grace, Julia, and Jada Parker, where Stephanie Valkyr was able to successfully retain. Then on the April 22nd edition of NXT, after Valkyr won her match, she was confronted by Jordynne Grace. She was confronted by Julia. And then we had Jordynne Grace put together a team, and we had Julia put together a team in a tag team match that was scheduled by NXT's GM Ava. And the winner would face Stephanie Valkyr for the title at Battleground. The match was won by Jordynne Grace. So here we are at Battleground for the NXT Women's Championship. The champion, La Primera, Stephanie Valkyr, will be defending against the juggernaut Jordynne Grace. And honestly, I expect Jordynne Grace to have control of this match early on. Jordynne Grace is definitely the more powerful of the two superstars. So I expect Jordynne Grace to carry a lot of this matchup. I do think Stephanie Valkyr will definitely make this entertaining. She definitely has excellent reversal ability. She definitely has excellent high-flying ability. And honestly, it's two things of the many things that make Stephanie Valkyr one of the best women wrestlers in all of NXT right now. I do think Stephanie Valkyr is able to hit the kiss of death on Jordynne Grace a couple of times in this match, but I do think it's going to lead to a 1-2 kick out. Fun fact, this is the second year in a row where Jordynne Grace will be competing for the NXT Women's Championship at Battleground. She faced Roxanne Perez last year and lost. She blew it there, but definitely a different opportunity here. I do think Jordynne Grace is a future NXT Women's Champion, and I do think it's only a matter of time until the Juggernaut shows up on the main roster. But honestly, Stephanie Valkyr right now is too over with the WWE Universe. Everybody in NXT loves La Primera. So at the end of the day, I think Stephanie Valkyr is going to find a way, hit her finisher, 1, 2, 3, and still the NXT Women's Champion, La Primera, Stephanie Valkyr. And now, for the main event of the evening, for the NXT Championship. The champion, the ruler of NXT, Oba Femi, will be defending against the upcoming Miles Bourne. How did we get here? Well, we're going to have to go back a few weeks to NXT. Oba Femi ended up successfully defending the NXT Championship at Stand and Deliver in a triple threat match against Trick Williams and Javon Evans. So NXT's general manager, Ava, came out and announced that on the May 6th edition of NXT, there will be a 25-man battle royal to determine who will face Oba Femi at Battleground. And this 25-man battle royal was great. So many storylines got woven into it, but ended up coming down to Miles Bourne and Shawn Spears, and Miles Bourne was able to dump Spears over the top rope, putting himself in his first ever championship opportunity in NXT. And honestly, I can't wait to see what this kid can do on a main event stage like this. I do think that Oba Femi is going to try to come out aggressive off the bat. And honestly, I think the speed of Miles Bourne is what's going to save him early on from being mauled by the ruler of NXT. I think Miles Bourne is going to get some nice swift kicks in early, able to daze the champion. Make us think that Miles Bourne could capture the NXT Championship. But then I think Oba Femi's going to get mad and swat Miles Bourne out of the air like a fly. And that's when I think Oba Femi is going to slow the pace of this match down and really start to dominate Miles Bourne. I will say this, if the match is a fast-paced, high-flying affair, I believe that favors Miles Bourne. But if the match is slowed down or just come to a sudden halt due to the dominance of Oba Femi, then it's definitely going to favor Oba Femi in this situation. And I do think that we're going to have a mix of that. I think Oba Femi's going to dominate and carry most of this match, being the bigger competitor out of these two. But I definitely think Miles Bourne has it in him to give us a 25 minute main event that could be considered finalist for NXT Match of the Year come December. And I do think that Miles Bourne might be the guy to dethrone Oba Femi or the NXT Championship. But do I think it should happen at Battleground? No. Honestly, no. And I do like Miles Bourne. I just think it's too soon in his career for him to take on the entire weight of the NXT division, because that when you win a championship, it comes with a whole other level of responsibility. The NXT Championship is no different. Oba Femi is in the prime of his NXT Championship reign right now, in my opinion. And honestly, I also wouldn't be surprised if this match only goes 10 minutes as Oba Femi squashes Miles Bourne as well. I think this has so many options to go so many different ways. But at the end of the day, every single way is going to be with the ruler of NXT hitting his finisher 1, 2, 3, and still the NXT champion Oba Femi. And that was the 2025 NXT Battleground Predictions Show. What's your predictions for NXT Battleground live in Tampa, Florida this Sunday evening? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? And just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Also, this video is sponsored by W Energy Drinks. You're looking for a new energy drink? Well, go to www.w.gg or type in W Energy Drinks in your Google search bar and go check out all the energy drinks they have today. And when you get to checkout, make sure you use promo code Nikki D. Russis 12 characters, all caps, no spaces, NICKYDRUSSAS for 10%, yes, 10% off your entire order. So go check out W Energy Drinks today. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, go smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. And if you want to see some more of me, Nikki D, then go check out another one of my videos, because I got hours of content that'll keep you entertained well into the evening. With that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'm Nikki D. This is the Nikki D channel, and I will see all y'all beautiful people next time. Bye, y'all.